Salud. Hello, and welcome to the channel. Today we're here to talk about War of the Worlds. I am a big fan of the film, big fan of the director, big fan of Tom Cruise. So pretty much the film centers around our protagonist, played by Tom Cruise, as he's getting his children for the weekend. Him and his wife are possibly divorced, or at the very least separated. She is pregnant with child, and it's implied that it's not Tom Cruise's, but her current boyfriend or husband. And they're gonna go on some trip up to Massachusetts, and they're leaving the kids with Tom Cruise for the weekend. What could go wrong? Well, an alien invasion is what could go wrong. And Tom Cruise has to stop being this sort of deadbeat kind of dad sort of character and get his kids to safety. In his mind, he thinks, oh, okay, I'm just going to take them to their mother because that's probably the smartest thing to do. Which on some level you can agree with, but on another level, it's like almost as if he's probably just trying to pass off the burden, Right off the bat, Tom Cruise is not your typical action hero in this. He is, like I said before, just sort of a deadbeat dad, doesn't really care about anyone but himself. You can see that in the way that Spielberg directs and shows you certain things, so you can make your own inferences as opposed to just exposition. Yeah, it's an alien invasion film, but it's all told basically from one perspective, and that's pretty much Tom Cruise. I really dig that because Spielberg has done Alien Invasion in the past, and you kind of see multiple characters, multiple perspectives, global impact, and even other alien films, alien invasion films, you see pretty much what's going on around the whole world. But this, however, it just sticks with one family, basically just Tom Cruise. For a small, important portion of the film, very small portion, it switches to Dakota Fanning's perspective. You don't really see what's going on, you just see her. And I think that was a smart move in that point of the film. Moving along to Dakota Fanning's character, she's, I would consider her to be second billing. She's really good, she sells it very well. And in my opinion, right from the moment that the aliens appear in their tripods, I think the movie gets elevated to this whole other level. It's kind of weird though, because they shoot out these lasers and it seems like it only disintegrates organic material, so people's clothes start flying off. But given the score and the scope of the situation and just Tom Cruise just trying to get the fuck away from all this, it really lends itself to how well it's acted, how well it's, choreographed, all the movements, the camera work, and how well the score is. John Williams does the music. Of course he does. It's a Spielberg movie. Why wouldn't he do the score? The score is really good. It's really good. I don't see it as being memorable as anything else he's done. Obviously Star Wars or Indiana Jones, but it's still remarkable, I think, and it really captures this sense of dread throughout the whole movie, especially when the tripods come out of the ground and they really start going into everything. Towards the end of the film, we meet up with Tim Robbins' character. Actually, probably more so the halfway point. It sort of, I don't want to say drags, but it definitely slows down. Definitely not boring because there are some really tense moments when he shows up. It probably needed to, but I kind of see it at a fault because the way the movie was flowing, it's all right, well, you're going through the things and then holy shit, everything is going crazy and you kind of plateau again, but things are still kind of tense, and then holy shit, things go ramp up to level 11 and then it just kind of calms down again, and then it's holy shit, all out craziness, and then you get to Tim Robbins' part and it just kind of goes smoother, but there's still some really tense moments in that. Tim Robbins is a really good foil to Tom Cruise's character in this. However, I kind of felt like Tim Robbins was a teeny bit cartoony in the way that he wanted to do things. I don't want to get into too many details in case there's 3 of you who probably haven't seen it. It's a 15-year-old movie, but just in case, I don't want to get into spoilers. The exact beginning and the exact ending, there's narration, and it's lifted straight from the book because this is based off of the book of the same name, War of the Worlds, and it is a kind of a dated read. but doesn't matter. The film is like modern, at least modern for 2005. The plot, kind of thematically, it's this post 9/11. It has parallels to that, as well as the, Iraq-Afghanistan war. It also kind of reminds me of World War II and the Holocaust in some aspects, mainly towards the end. I think that's something that you should probably keep in mind while watching anyway. And I really, really dig that about the film. The visual effects have aged really, 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 really well, except for some of the laser aspects and what they do to people's bodies and their clothes. I feel like that part of that hasn't aged well, but all the other special effects is like, holy shit, this is like so realistic looking. It's honestly like very good CGI. It wouldn't surprise me if the tripods were actual models, but I kind of doubt it. I think it's all CGI. Or maybe it's based on a model, like they actually built it, and then that's why it looks so realistic and good. In terms of the visuals themselves, the 4K release, it's in HDR, Dolby Vision, 4K, and I gotta say, it's very detailed. It's nothing super crazy to write home about, but the detail is there. There might be some moments of softness, but overall it looks great. Colors wise, there's sort of almost this like silver grayish tinge, this sort of silverish, like if there's whites, it's overblown, and it seems to be on purpose. I don't think it detracts too much, but the Dolby Vision makes everything look good. So if there's color, there's color. It's not mind-blowing popping color, but there's color and it's nice. And then the whites are just kind of like this weird, almost silver, milky sort of thing. Reminiscent of Minority Report, but not as intense as Minority Report, if you've seen that. In terms of sound, the sound is stellar. So the movie comes with a Dolby Atmos soundtrack. Unfortunately, I don't have any Dolby Atmos equipment. I have a 2015 7.1 soundbar. It's really nice. It has really good audio, really good bass response, especially when you put it on that movie setting. With this film, it sounds phenomenal. When the tripods are moving around and doing stuff, my whole living room is shaking. Like, this sound is nuts. The bass response is pretty crazy. That soundbar specifically does a good job of simulating 7.1 in my opinion. Overall, the film is a good watch. I first saw it when I was 13 in theaters with some of my buddies at the time, and I was honestly kind of scared. The way everything was presented to me in my 13-year-old mind, it just felt really real, Maybe it's a nostalgia lens. You know what? Screw it. Objectively speaking, it's a good film. How good? Your mileage may vary. In my opinion, I think it's great. I would give it 8 out of 10 pancakes. It's still diabetic goodness. Hey, did you know that I have a Twitch channel? It's twitch.tv/Saint Aldo. Check it out for some content.
The chosen one. It was said that you would destroy the Sith, not join them. Bring balance to the Force.
Alright, so that's all the time we have for that. If you like this and want to see more, please like and subscribe. If you're not a fan, let me know in the comments. Tell me why. I want to know. I want to do better. I want to make better movie reviews. I plan on making more reviews, movies and video games especially. Okay, I love you. Bye-bye.